head is drifting forward, your shoulders are rounding in, and your lower back is doing that weird arch that makes you look like you're slowly returning to the Stone Age. Congratulations, you're evolving backwards. And the worst part, you probably don't even notice it anymore until your neck starts hurting, your shoulders feel tight, and your lower back reminds you it exists. Let me fix that. Your body is insanely good at adapting. Whatever you repeat the most, it assumes that's your new lifestyle. Sit all day with a bad posture and it starts optimizing for that. Some muscles go on vacation, others work overtime, all just to make that position feel normal. And the problem isn't sitting for 5 minutes, it's sitting for hours with bad posture every single day. But here's the good news, if your posture adapted once, it can adapt back. And I'll show you the exact 10-minute routine you can do to fix your posture. Do this consistently and you won't just reduce pain. You'll instantly look taller, your waist will look slimmer, your breathing will feel easier, and your movements will stop feeling rusty. So let's bring you back to human posture. Let's start with the upper body routine by undoing the biggest posture killer, tight chest and shoulders pulling you forward all day. For this one, you don't need anything fancy. A resistance band, a broomstick, a towel, that's it. The goal here isn't to sweat, it's to give your shoulders the mobility they've lost from years of sitting and slouching. Grab the towel with a wide grip and pull it apart slightly to create tension. Keep your arms straight, then slowly move it up, over your head and behind your back. Go only as far as you can control. Once the towel is behind you, pull your hands apart even more. That extra tension is what really opens the front of the shoulders. Then bring it back the same way, slow and controlled. Start with a wide grip. As your mobility improves, you can gradually narrow the grip over time. Just don't rush it. Mobility is something you earn, not something you force in one session. Aim for 10 to 20 reps. This move directly counters that rounded, hunched posture, and you'll usually feel your shoulders sitting back a little more upright after just a few reps. Now we're fixing the forward head posture, the one where your head lives 3 inches in front of your body like it's trying to escape. This one is simple, effective, and yeah, slightly awkward. If it helps, place a finger on your chin. From there, pull your chin straight back, like you're proudly creating the most aggressive double chin of your life. Yes, that's exactly what we want. The uglier the double chin, the better the posture fix. Just make sure your gym crush doesn't burst in at the same time. I'm not taking responsibility for any breakups. Important rule, this is not a nod. Don't look down. Keep your head tall, eyes forward, and slide the chin straight back, not down. If you feel a stretch at the back of the neck, that's a good sign. This one is powerful because it does the exact opposite of how you sit all day. Sitting folds you forward. Cobra opens everything back up. Lie flat on your stomach, feet about hip width apart, toes pointing down. Place your hands under your shoulders, palms on the floor. From there, squeeze your quads, hard enough to slightly lift your knees off the ground. Now pull your shoulder blades down and back. From there, think about lifting your chest forward and upward, lengthening your spine instead of pushing yourself up. Hold the top position for a few slow, deep breaths, then come back down under control and repeat. Do 5 to 10 reps, and your posture will feel instantly more upright. Now we're finishing the upper body with an exercise that brings some lost muscles back to life, your lower traps. These are the muscles responsible for pulling your shoulders down and back, and with bad posture, they usually go completely offline. Stand with your back against a wall, upper back and lower back in contact. No rib flare, no arching away from the wall. Stay tall and locked in. From there, bring your arms up and slide them along the wall, slow and controlled. As you raise your arms, you should feel your mid-back switch on. Aim for 15 to 20 reps, and that's wrapping up the upper body routine. Now let's move to the lower body, because fixing posture from the shoulders up while ignoring the hips is like fixing a roof on a crooked house. We're starting with the hip flexors, and if you sit a lot, these muscles are almost guaranteed to be tight and quietly pulling your posture out of alignment all day long. Drop into a tall kneeling stance, one knee on the floor, the other foot forward. From there, gently glide your hips forward until you feel the stretch at the front of the hip on the kneeling side. Squeeze the glute on the kneeling side, and don't skip this part. That's what pulls your pelvis back into a better position and instantly makes the stretch 10 times more effective. Once you feel the stretch, hold it for about 20 to 30 seconds, then reset and repeat. Do 3 rounds per side. This one move alone can make your posture look taller, your lower back feel better, and your hips move the way they're supposed to. Now it's time to bring your glutes back from the dead, because after hours of sitting, they've basically checked out. Lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Before lifting anything, slightly tuck your pelvis by squeezing your abs and glutes. This puts your spine in a neutral, safe position. From there, push through your heels and lift your hips using your glutes, not your lower back. At the top, pause and squeeze your glutes hard for a second. Then lower back down under control and repeat. Do 2 sets of 10 to 20 reps. Once this feels clean and controlled, level it up with single leg glute bridges. They're great for fixing side to side imbalances and making sure one glute isn't doing all the work while the other one watches. To wrap up the lower body routine, we're finally letting your lower back relax, because when posture falls apart, this area usually ends up working overtime. Get down on your knees, reach your arms forward, and slowly sit your hips back toward your heels. Let your spine relax and melt into the position. No tension, no forcing, gravity does the job. You should feel a smooth, comfortable stretch through the lower back. If it starts feeling sharp or aggressive, you're pushing too hard. Hold the stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds, then come back up and repeat. 3 rounds is more than enough. This stretch helps drain built-up tension, brings some movement back into your spine, and reminds your lower back that it doesn't need to carry the entire posture disaster on its own. Alright, here's the recap of your routines. Take a screenshot and save it on your phone. That way you've got it ready whenever you need it. And now let's talk about how to actually use them without turning your day into a boot camp. If you sit a lot during the day, here's something important. Staying seated for hours straight absolutely destroys both your posture and your focus. So instead of waiting until you're completely stiff, take short movement breaks about every hour. On one break, run the upper body routine. On the next break, hit the lower body routine. It takes just a few minutes, but it instantly pulls your body out of that slouched position. Make sure you hit both routines at least once per day. If you stick to that day after day, your posture will improve. But even though these exercises work, they're part of a bigger picture. Posture isn't fixed long-term by one exercise. It's fixed by what you do with your body the rest of the day. If you want long-term results, you need to move more. Break up long sitting sessions, stand up, walk more. And that's a perfect excuse to get your 10,000 steps done. Lifting weights also improves posture and mobility. Strong muscles hold you upright, weak ones let gravity win. So if you want posture that sticks, train your body the right way. Click here to see how.
Microphone hash, stop doing random exercises. These are the top 10 workouts every beginner and fitness enthusiast should know to build muscle and stay fit. Microphone hash, let's begin with the push-up. Place your hands shoulder width apart and keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Lower your chest slowly toward the floor, then push yourself back up. This exercise builds your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core strength. Hash, now it's time for bodyweight squats. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, push your hips back, and lower your body until your thighs are nearly parallel to the floor. Stand back up slowly. Squat, strengthen your legs, glutes, and improve overall balance. Phone hash next. Perform the pull-up. Grab the bar with an overhand grip, pull your body upward until your chin clears the bar, then lower yourself with control. Pull-ups are one of the best exercises for building a wider back and stronger arm. Hash, now hold a forearm plank. Keep your elbows directly under your shoulders and maintain a straight line from your head to your feet. Engage your core and avoid letting your hips drop. This exercise improves core strength, posture, and stability. It's time for jumping jacks. Jump your feet apart while raising your arms overhead, then return to the starting position. Repeat with a steady rhythm. This full body movement increases your heart rate, burns calories, and warms up your muscles. Now perform forward lunges. Step one foot forward and lower your body until both knees form about a 90-degree angle. Push back to the starting position and switch legs. Lunges strengthen your legs, glutes, and improve balance. Get into a high plank position. Drive one knee toward your chest, then quickly switch legs in a running motion while keeping your core tight. Mountain climbers improve cardiovascular fitness, strengthen your core, and burn calories efficiently. Now perform burpees. Squat down, place your hands on the floor, jump your feet back into a plank, return your feet forward, then jump straight up. Burpees combine strength and cardio, making them one of the most effective full-body exercises. Grab a pair of dumbbells and keep your elbows close to your sides. Curl the weights toward your shoulders, squeeze your biceps at the top, then lower them slowly. This exercise builds stronger and more defined arm muscles. Finish with the dumbbell shoulder press. Hold the dumbbells at shoulder level, press them overhead until your arms are fully extended, then lower them under control. This movement strengthens your shoulders, triceps, and overall upper body.
You open the account before you have anything to put in it. That's the part nobody remembers about themselves later. You didn't wait until you had money. You built the container first and let the money find its way in slowly, awkwardly, in amounts too small to matter. The app asks you to link a bank account. You do it on a Tuesday during lunch, standing in a parking lot, phone screen too bright in the sun. Nothing happens yet. Nothing is supposed to happen yet. This is the level where the only decision that counts has already been made. not the amount, the account. The first rule at zero: the only thing you're building is the habit of having somewhere for money to go. You transfer $50 a week without thinking about it anymore. It stopped being a decision around week 6. Before that, every transfer felt like a small argument with yourself. Now it's just Friday. You check the balance and it says 4 figures for the first time and you feel almost nothing, which surprises you. You expected a feeling. What you get instead is a number that looks the same as your rent, except this one doesn't disappear at the end of the month. It just sits there, quietly refusing to be spent. A friend mentions a stock he's up 40% on. You don't chase it, not because you're wise, because $1,000 split across a hot tip and a habit isn't a decision you're ready to make yet. The second rule: $1,000 is where the account stops being an idea and starts being a place. The market drops 9% in a month you'll later forget the name of. You watch the number fall in real time on a Sunday night, refreshing an app that has nothing new to tell you every time you refresh it. Your first instinct is to stop the bleeding. Your second instinct, the one you actually follow, is to do nothing. You don't sell. You don't check again until Wednesday. When you do, it's already recovered half the drop. Nobody congratulates you for not doing something. That's the part nobody prepares you for. Restraint doesn't announce itself. It just quietly becomes the reason you're still in the game later. The third rule: $10,000 is the first test, and the test is never about the money. It's about whether you can survive your own reaction to it. You stop telling people the exact number, not out of secrecy, out of noticing what happens to a conversation the moment a number enters it. People either deflate or perform. Neither is useful. You start reading the statements instead of skimming them. You learn what an expense ratio actually costs you over 20 years, and the number is bigger than you expected for something that sounded like a rounding error. You move funds into something
Nobody
cheaper.
sees this.
It saves you more than any stock pick you've made so far, and it happens in 11 minutes on a Thursday. The fourth rule: at $50,000 the boring decisions start outperforming the exciting ones, and you're just now learning to tell the difference. You stop opening the app every day. This isn't discipline, it's boredom. The daily movements used to feel like information. Now they just feel like noise wearing information's clothes. You check it monthly, sometimes less. The balance moves by amounts that would have terrified you at level 3 and you barely register them. A downturn hits. You read the headlines. You close the laptop. You don't run the projections again until it's over, because you already know what they'll say. The sixth rule: at $500,000 the number stops asking for your attention and starts asking for your patience instead. The account earns more in a strong month than you take home from work in that same month. You notice this the way you'd notice weather, not the way you'd notice a headline. It happened, it's real, and it changes nothing about tomorrow's schedule. You still go to work. You still answer the same emails. But there's a second engine running now that doesn't need you to show up for it. You start running projections you didn't used to run. 10 years out. 20. The numbers at the end aren't fantasy anymore, they're just math with your name attached. A coworker asks how you're doing financially. You say fine. You mean something you don't have language for yet. The fifth rule: $150,000 is where the account stops depending entirely on you and starts, quietly, returning the favor. You stop opening the app every day.